Muted all of you. Om Sadashivasamar Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sah Virjam Karavavahai तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः टुगेदर मंगलाचरणम् सर्ववेदान्तसिद्धान्तगोचरं तमगोचरम् गोविन्दं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्. So let us chant from shloka number 7. 7 would be Adhikarinam. अधिकारिणमाशास्ते
अधिकारिणमाशास्ते
फलसिद्धिर्विशेषतः
फलसिद्धिर्विशेषतः
उपायादेशकालाद्याः
उपायादेशकालाद्याः
सन्त्यस्मिन् सहकारिणः
सन्त्यस्मिन् सहकारिणः
साधनान्यत्र चत्वारि
साधनान्यत्र चत्वारि
कथितानि मनीषिभिः
कथितानि मनीषिभिः
येषु सत्स्वेव सन्निष्ठा
येषु सत्स्वेव सन्निष्ठा
यदभावेन सिद्ध्यति
यदभावेन सिद्ध्यति
आदौ नित्यानित्यवस्तुविवेकः परिगण्यते
आदौ नित्यानित्यवस्तु विवेकः परिगण्यते
इहामुत्र फलभोग
इहामुत्र फलभोग
विरागस्तदनन्तरम्
विरागस्तदनन्तरम्
शमादिषट्कसम्पत्तिः
शमादिषट्कसम्पत्तिः
मुमुक्षुत्वमिति स्फुटम्
मुमुक्षत्वस्मितिस्फुटम्
ब्रह्म सत्यं जगन्मिथ्या
ब्रह्म सत्यं जगन्मिथ्या
इत्येवं रूपो विनिश्चयः
इत्येवं रूपो विनिश्चयः
सोऽयं नित्यवस्तु
सोऽयं नित्यानित्यवस्तु
विवेकः समुदाहृतः
विवेकः समुदाहृतः
विवेकः समुदाहृतः
विवेकः समुदाहृतः
तद्वैराग्यं जिहासा
तद्वैराग्यं जिहासा
या दर्शनश्रवणादिभिः
या दर्शनश्रवणादिभिः
देहादि ब्रह्मपर्यन्ते
देहादिब्रह्मपर्यन्ते
ह्यनित्ये भोगवस्तुनि
ह्यनित्ये भोगवस्तुनि
विरज्य विषयव्रातात्
विरज्य विषयव्राताद्
दोषदृष्ट्या मुहुर्मुहुः
दोषदृष्ट्या मुहुर्मुहुः
स्वलक्ष्ये नियतावस्थाम्
स्वलक्ष्ये नियतावस्था
मनसः शम उच्यते.
मनसः शम उच्यते.
Yeah. So last time we concluded this shloka, Shamaha. What is Shamaha? Bhagavan Shankaracharya was telling us. And he said, Swalakshe Niyata Vastha. One who is committed to one's own Lakshya, one's own goal, one's own. Goal means what? Life goal here, technically. What do I what do I want to accomplish in my life? Do I know what my goal is first? And he assumes we know what it is. And he then says that Lakshya you have to be committed to. That is called Shama, he says. And in Tattvabodhakara said that Shamaha is Manonigraha. Manonigraha seems like a different definition. Manonigraha means mastery of the mind. Mastery of the mind. Using me using the mind as opposed to mind using me. That is Manonigraha. So here he's saying use the mind for achieving your goal. So, so in a way, it's the same thing. And one thing we said in the last class, we spent a lot of time on Shama. So there was a question in the satsang. Can you explain a little more about settling account with Ishvara, with Bhagavan? Towards the end, we discussed that settling account. We have to settle accounts with people. That's how our life can be normal. So we can't have too many pending issues, pending emotional issues. Pending issues in general, plus emotional issues is what we're talking here. So all these hard feelings that are there. So try as much as possible to sort those things out. And there will be situations where we can't sort things out with people because such people may be unapproachable or such people may not even exist. They were in my life in the past, but they are not there now. So then only recourse for us is Bhagavan, Ishvara. Only recourse. And a very good recourse also. Okay? And so that dialogue with Bhagavan, developing that relationship with Ishvara, Paramatma, is such an important thing for us. Parameshwara. Very, very important. In any culture, it is important. Here, it's a requirement because I can't simply come and say this is because this Vedanta is not a subject for us. It is not a subject. It appears like a subject, but really it is me. The words are supposed to reflect myself in these slokas. Eventually, it's going to lead us to that. So, this is not a subject also. Subject, if I say it is Aparavidya, Dharmartha Kama, Aparavidya, all the things we've been studying, all of them are subjects. Subjects to be good at, to know, in order to make your life better, more quote unquote successful. But here we are questioning the definition of success. What is real success? That is what Vedanta is. And so, finally, nothing can be left taken for granted. I can't just bulldoze my way through. Not possible. Shastram is so clear. If you want, moksha is connected to all these things. Therefore, it's not a subject. And therefore, settling account with Bhagavan means bringing Bhagavan more and more into my life. Otherwise, ego is there. Ego is masquerading. And when ego masquerades as the be all end all, then it's in for problems. It's going to get bruised. Any whichever way I turn, I'm going to get bruised. I'm going to get hurt, and I'll be constantly working on my wounds. So that is not the way to lead a life. And so bring Bhagavan into my life. That is really what Shama is. Once I do that, then I can dialogue with Bhagavan. If I have any issues, I dialogue. I work through. I work through. And he's the one who's going to show me how to walk through. And he's the one who's going to get me friends who will help me how to work through. Everything is there. He's the one who's going to get a Swamiji in my life so that I can approach that person. A person who has absolutely no agenda. Okay, these are all things only Bhagavan can make happen. So let me bring Bhagavan into my life and settle accounts with Bhagavan so that I can have a mind that can stay focused on what I want. Swalakshiye niyatavastha. So in that context, we brought that settling accounts with Ishvara. So that I think should complete the discussion there. So ego means subjective. Ishvara means objective. So the more Bhagavan I have in my life, the more objective I am. Why? Because the whole order is Ishvara, Bhagavan. Order is Bhagavan. So where is the question of subjectivity? Subjectivity means me, ahankara. More objective I want to be. Means I use my ego for my for my self growth by bringing Bhagavan into my life. This is Shamaha. All right. Next shloka. Let's chant this. Who is next after Prasanna?
Me, Jaykumarji.
Yeah, Priya. Go ahead. विषयेभ्यः परावर्त्य
विषयेभ्यः परावर्त्य
स्थापनं स्वस्वगोलके
स्थापनं स्वस्वगोलोके
गोलके
गोलके
उभयेषामिन्द्रियाणाम्
उभयेषाम् इन्द्रियाणां
सदमः परिकीर्तः
सदमः परिकीर्तितः
विषयेभ्यः परावर्त्य
विषयेभ्यः परावर्त्य
स्थापनं स्वस्वगोलके
स्थापनं स्वस्वगोलके
उभयेषामिन्द्रियाणाम्
उभयेषाम् इन्द्रियाणां
सदमः परिकीर्तः
सदमः परिकीर्तितः
So now the word to underline here is what? Damaha. Damaha. So just to make sure what we are doing, Adhikarinam Ashaste. So this study is expecting a person who is called an Adhikari. Okay. That is a qualification. Because study means who is qualified to study, question will come. And therefore, Adhikarinam Ashaste, he said in shloka number 7. And then he said there are 4 elements to that Adhikari. Okay, Atra Chatvari Sadhanani. And then he begins with Vivekaha. He lists all four of them in that shloka number 9. Vivekaha Vairagyam. Then that was covered in shloka 11. Then he talks about, he mentioned in 9, Shamadhi Shatka Sampattihi. Sixfold qualifications. Shamadhi, he says, Shama, etc. So he's listing, we are now in the third of the four qualifications of the four sadhanani, of which Shama is number 1. That's why it is often called as Shamadhi. Means what? 6 qualifications beginning with Shama. That's been the tradition. Totally 4, of which the third one itself is a composite of 6. And so, of the 6, Shama was talked about just now in shloka number 12. Virajya Vishaya Vratat. Mano Nigraha, or commitment to one's goal, one's pursuit, means moksha here. Then he's going to talk about Damaha. Shama Dama. Shama, Dama, Uparati, Shraddha, or Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhan. Like that, we will see the list here. Sadamaha Parikirtitaha. Shama, we saw earlier. Okay, let's look at Dhamma. Dhamma is saying is Vishayebhyaha Paravartya Sthapanam Sasvagolake. So, the Shama that is being talked about, being committed to one's goal, if you say, being committed to whatever, one's goal can be moksha or whatever goal I have right now within the Vyavahara. Okay. That is not going to be easy because it requires a maturity. It's a growth process. How do I get Shama means what? You have to you have to be alert about this, and there must be some techniques. There are certain situations in which I get carried away. So how do I improve myself? So it takes a while. And so the idea is here it is mental maturity, shamaha. Maturity. Mature person knows is not going to get distracted. But I'm not there yet. I don't have shama yet. What should I do? I do get carried away. Then Shastram is clear. Shama is maturity. Dhamma is free will. Until then you have to deliberately use free will to pull yourself out of situations. To pull yourself, deliberately pull yourself. Free will is required. Shama is maturity. There's no free will involved in Shama. Okay. It's maturity. It's no free will is required. But until then, I have to deliberately tell myself, this is a situation where that's not good for me. I have to deliberately pull myself out because something is pulling me in. Okay. So when free will is required, that is called Damaha. Damaha is a prerequisite to Shamaha. It's a prep. Okay. It's a stepping stone to Shama. Okay. It is like this. It is like I got angry. I got angry when I was talking to someone. And I have this habit of getting angry. And so what do I do? Got angry. A mature person in this situation will not get angry, but I don't know that. I got angry. And so now I have to respond to the situation. And respond to the situation means what? When I'm angry, I'm not, if any response when I'm angry is not going to be appropriate. Okay, it's not good. Therefore, I have to tell myself somehow, I let's talk later. I'm upset now. I need to cool down. I need to calm down. So I need to calm down. So that's an act that uses my free will. Deliberately, I say something like that and deal with the situation that way. Or let's talk about it 5 minutes later. Give me 5 more minutes. I'm upset. My mind is not calm. Like this, situations are there. Or I got angry after a heated argument and I am upset and now my mind is disturbed. That's all over. The person is gone and I am disturbed. I am disturbed. And then who has to deal with this disturbance? I have to deal with the disturbance. Yeah. And it's there in my mind. It is there in my mind. It has disturbed me already. And so I have to process it because it happens again and again also. So I have to find a way to process it. Process that anger. And so psychology says you have to process the anger. Modern psychology also says it. We have recognized this long ago. And so how do I process this anger? I have to either talk it out with somebody. I have to talk it out. Or I have to write it out. Swamiji often talks about writing. You just write it out. Whatever you want to say, just say it in a letter. Not email, letter. Because email bit dangerous. Because you will say two and then it will go to the other person. And no, this letter is not meant to be sent to somebody. It is meant to be written, and then you use your favorite words, write it, all Vivekachoodamani words you put, and then other words also you can put, and then you read it again. If you read it 2 days later, you will find that you're surprised, you're shocked. He said, who is this person who wrote this? Did I write this? Did I write this? Is this me? Yeah, it is you only. That shows it is the job of the anger. That anger created all this language, and then you just tear it out, tear the paper and put it. Email won't work for this. And so that is processing the anger. When I could laugh at myself, means I have processed the anger. And Swami also used to say one more thing. He used to say, if you're really angry, you feel like hitting the person, punch. But so then he says, take a heavy towel, wet it nicely, lock yourself in the restroom or wherever, and then just beat the wall. Beat the wall with the towel. Anger, show your anger. You have to do a prashchittam, but then show the anger so that the towel and the wall don't get hurt. And so you show your anger and release your energy this way. And then after that, you feel a little better off. This is called Dhamma. Dhamma means using will to make my responses appropriate. My response was appropriate at that time, but I got angry, but I have to process the anger. So all that is part of Dhamma. Anger should not have taken place if I was already a mature person. I could have dealt with it without getting angry, even though I don't like it, even though I don't like the outcome. Because anger is not going to be helpful to anybody. But anger does come, just comes out of this is a learned response. It comes out. And so here that free will is indicated here. And so he's saying, look at this. Vishayebhyaha paravartya sthapanam swasvagolake. Vishayebhyaha paravartya means he says withdrawing myself from certain situations. Withdrawing myself from the situations which create inappropriate responses from me. Okay, that itself is saying Vishayebhyaha paravartya. Ubhayesham indriyana. What is that? What do you mean by withdrawing? There are two. Ubhayesham means two. Ubhaya means two. Indriyana. Two types of sense organs are there. Okay, this we've studied in Tattvabodha. One type is the five sense organs. Jnanendriyani. Five sense organs. And then karmendriyani, organs of action. So, vak, pani, padam, and then payuhu upastha. Payuhu means organ of excretion, and upastha means genitals. These are the five organs of action. And then 5 organs of sense organs. They call Jnanendriyani. This one is called Karmendriyani. So that is what he's referring to. Ubhayesham. And then bringing them back to their respective places where they ought to be. They've gone too far. They've gone too far. Bringing back means what? Swaswa Golake. What language Shankara is using? Golaka is a technical word. Golaka. Golaka means what? This is called eye. These are eyeballs. This whole thing is called eye. Okay, this whole system that is there, that is going till retina, and then of course other things are there. Nerves are all there. But let's focus only on that particular part, which is called the eye. Finite. There is a particular finite thing. And where is the eye located? It is there in the eye socket. That location where the eye is sitting is called a golaka. Chakshu golaka. Golaka means a location, physical location. Stula Sharira Sthanam. The place in the body where the eyes are located are called golakas. So nose is here, tongue, golaka is right there. Tongue is a physical organ, and on the surface of the tongue, it is doing the job of tasting. So the tasting aspect is called sense organ, and the physical tongue is called golaka. So Swasva Golake, its own respective places, means what? Don't allow the sense organs to be just carried away like that. So it is as though the sense organs have gone away and you've lost yourself. Pull it back. Pull it back. Like you get your dog. Dog has gone too far. Pull it back. In Tamil, there is a saying. This calf, the cow's calf is a playful thing. The calf will play. Cow will not move much, but the calf will go around like this, go behind the mother, come back like that. So you're trying to hold it and you lost the rope. Then you're holding on to it by the tail. And then, okay, that's better than nothing. And so you hold the tail and pull, you'll come. And then slowly you can maneuver the calf. Maneuver the calf until you get onto the rope, till you hold the rope of the calf. Okay, so that is so that holding the rope of the calf is called shama. Holding the tail is called dhamma. Dhamma is needed until I get better. Until to a large extent, my responses are, I don't have any reactions. My reactions are converted to responses. Response is natural. Reaction is impulsive. So dhamma for impulses and leading to shama, which is self-mastery, self-control. So that is what is being talked about here. So we can apply that to all of our activities. Everything, everywhere dhamma is required. Walking, talking, everything. Talking is this Ubhayesham Indriyanam, of which Karmendriyani, Vak is the first one. Speech. So discipline of speech. Three aspects are
Something happened.
there. It's just not right at all.
We lost you, Guruji, in between.
Guruji,
I think last few sentences were not
We
audible.
lost you.
you
Oh,
froze.
You froze. Love
You froze. Like from, you were talking about the